Live from Houston, Texas, the humidity capital of the world, it's time for Money for Lunch, where we feed your brain and your business with supersized portions of business and financial news. Now your host, Bert Martinez.
Hey guys, we're back. My next guest is John Maniscalco. He's a best-selling author as well as a real estate expert. John is the broker and CEO of Horizon View Properties located in San Diego, California. He co-authored the best-selling book, The New Rise in Real Estate, and he's a member of the National Association of Expert Advisors. Welcome to Money for Lunch, John Maniscalco.
You got it right. Thank you, Bert. I appreciate it.
It's good to be here. I'm glad I got it right. Let me ask you this, John. Tell us just a real quick synopsis of what does Horizon View Properties actually do?
Well, we expertly, and that's the key word, represent San Diego County buyers and sellers in real estate transactions. We also provide property management services for single-family homes, condos, twin homes, that sort of thing. We don't do apartments. We stay away from that. That's a whole another deal. So that's pretty much overall what we do.
Gotcha. Okay. Now let me ask you this: what really differentiates you or your company from the multitude of real estate companies out there? What's the big difference?
Big difference is we kind of fell into a niche. So our specialty is representing sellers of probate, trust, and estate real property. My chapter in the book, The New Rise in Real Estate, describes we perform tasks that try to help alleviate some of the stress that these folks, personal representatives, trustees, executives, are faced with in having to convert real property to cash. And so consequently we deal, number one, with a lot of attorneys and accountants who find themselves executors of estates, or anyone actually who finds themselves in that position. In fact, the story in the book is based on a real-life situation from one of our first transactions.
Cool. I like that. Let me ask you this, because I've never, ever heard of a real estate company doing this. So is it possible that you could describe in a little bit more detail some of the services that you perform for these executors?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We start off, we've kind of developed this program. So we start off by, going to the property, we assess the property, we'll make recommendations for, repairs, improvements, anything that will help sell the house. We then take it a step further. We will inventory all the valuable items in the house, furniture, kitchen items, garage items, etc. We go back to the client, discuss how they want to proceed. If they want to, for example, if they want to sell the contents of the house, we have buyers that'll come in and bid on the items. Many times, clients will want to donate to their favorite charities. They might say, hey, take all the furniture and donate it to their favorite charity. So we make arrangements to have all that taken care of. And then we also will go a step further. We go in and separate the recyclables, hazardous waste, household supplies, refuse, make sure everything gets deposited to the appropriate facilities. We then go in and clean the house, we stage it, and then it's ready for sale.
Wow, that's kind of cool. That it's amazing to me. What a unique concept you came up with, and so I have to ask you, how exactly did you come upon this concept or this service that you perform?
Well, we actually kind of fell into it. One of our first clients is an accountant who is also the executor of many of his clients' estates. So one day he called up and said, unfortunately, I had a client that passed away. And he needed to sell the house, so just come by and get the keys. And we kind of walked into this time warp. It was 70s shag, green carpet, popcorn ceilings, vinyl wallpaper. This house hadn't been touched in like 40 years. So, and he was, he just backed away from the situation, like, you guys just take care of it. So, we went in and we rolled up our sleeves and, emptied the house. It really was kind of an eerie, kind of sad situation because, you walk into the house and this poor woman, as my chapter describes, had just gone out to run an errand and unfortunately got into a fatal car accident. So, we're in the house and here's her calendar with, she was planning on taking a cruise later that year. It was very, very sad. But we went in, did the work. We got everything where it was supposed to be, and we sold the house. And then a few months later, same client called with another one. And so it was the same situation. So we kind of perfected this process and thought, not only for these accountants and attorneys that we deal with, but also, the difficult part is when your parent, say your last parent, your mom or dad passes away, and now you've got their house to deal with. So we're very sensitive to those people's, situation, the offspring of folks whose parents have passed away, and we try to do all this work so that they don't have to.
Man, you know what, and really, what a great service that you perform. Like I said, I've not ever heard of this, and at the same time, what a great life lesson. You have your calendar full of all these things you're going to accomplish. You go out for an errand that you probably run all the time, and in an instant, your life is over. I mean,
exactly,
there's a life lesson in there, and kind of what you do is kind of a really neat thing. Hey, let me ask you this, and we're kind of out of time because I went long on my very first segment, so I apologize to all my guests today. But let me ask you this real quick: what do you see as the future real estate trends?
Well, in line with kind of what we're doing, and there again, it's kind of a sad situation, but what is commonly referred to as the greatest generation, the baby boomers' parents. I mean, this trend is going to continue. I mean, there's going to be, as they, unfortunately pass away and pass their assets to the baby boomer generation, it's going to continue to provide inventory to the real estate market, whether it's buyers or renters. And so,
right.
I think we're definitely in a growth situation as far as that goes, looking long term.
I love it. Again, what a neat service. And, John, thanks so much for taking time to stop by and share what you do.
Great. Thank you for having me, Bert. I appreciate it.
You bet.
All right.
Tune in Monday through Friday here on Money for Lunch and check out our website at moneyforlunch.com.